Tweet the Leader in You, Episode 5, Hustling in Leadership with Kyah Sparks. Hello, welcome to Tweet the Leader in You, where we chat about realistic leadership theories. On today's podcast, we'll be talking about hustling your way in leadership. It's very important in leadership to know how you got there by telling the story. Today we have Kyah Sparks, an entrepreneurial fire starter, one who I consider as a role model to me, who has worked herself hard to the top. Welcome, Kyah. How are you?
Thanks for having me. I'm good.
It's so good to have you here, and it's very important that I bring you on here to talk about your story and how you actually went through the struggle and how you actually hustle your way to the top. But let's get started with my first question. When you talk about leadership, what does hustling mean to you?
Well, I think it's going after what it is that you want and not letting anything stop you from achieving those goals. Mm-hmm. And as a leader and taking leadership, it's just not standing down, not backing down to what it is that you believe in, and mm-hmm. having others believe in what you believe in as well. Definitely. So that you have a team behind you and you can reach those goals a lot easier and quicker.
Team. Mm-hmm. Team is very important when it comes down to hustling your way to the top. And let's just chat about that. Like, do you consider to have a team? And when you have a team, what do you look at for the dynamics of when you're recruiting persons to be on your team?
Well, I think that when you're looking for team members, it's important that they believe in that vision as well, and that they are enthusiastic and willing to put in the work that it takes for you to actually reach that goal. Oftentimes, when people are working at jobs that they don't really love and doing tasks that don't really spark any type of fire for them, you don't really see them putting their full effort in. But as a leader, if you are rewarding your team members and encouraging them and giving them something to look forward to, it really makes a difference in being mediocre or, exceeding expectations.
Definitely. And just speaking about me personally, I had to hustle my way in leadership. Going back at the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce in the Bahamas, I started off, graduated from high school in 2015, and then I interned for free, worked for free, and for a whole year, just because I was passionate. Like you said, you have to be passionate about something in order to move forward with it. And so I was passionate about the nonprofit sector and working with government officials and also doing all that stuff. And it wasn't until after a year later that I got paid for the job. I hustled my way to the top, and then more responsibilities came upon myself where I had to take on a leadership role of managing my own program and moving forward with that. And so I feel that in leadership, you have to go through, I will so call it as hurdles, in order to move forward and in order to build what you want to see in your future. And speaking about building and hurdles, was there a difficult time in your life where you wanted to give up in your leadership as you continue to build?
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. I work in the media, and so there was a point where I just didn't feel like my demographic is accepted in mainstream media. Yeah. And so I kind of took a step back and took a different avenue. And when I did, that's when a lot of people who support me, they were like, what are you doing? You need to get back to it. Mm-hmm. And right now I'm at a position, and although I have many years of experience, I am at an entry-level position, but that is something that you have to do. You always have to be proving yourself. Yes. So I am in a good spot at an entry-level position, But I think every single day I go into work and I go above and beyond, and I'm doing things that are out of my job description so that I can show them that I'm valuable in different areas of my work. And I think once you do that, take that leadership role and have that ambition to just go outside of the box, you can prove yourself, and then that's how you move up the ladder a lot quicker. A lot of people stay stagnant in their jobs because they just do the minimum to get by.
Ah, yeah. And speaking about persons who try to just stay to that, I call it the middle level of leadership, where they don't want to climb the ladder because what if this happens and what if that happens? Have you ever went through that what if moments in your life, and how did you overcome those what if moments?
All the time, I actually kind of question like my path and like what I'm doing, and I don't know if it's the mindset that I've always had, but I just feel like I'm never working hard enough.
Definitely.
And I'm never okay with the position that I'm at. I'm always like, I need to go higher. And so I feel that reading books and educating yourself, listening to podcasts like this, and discussing your goals and your dreams and your visions with like-minded people, you can take your whatever it is you want to do, you can go a lot further with the support of just educating yourself.
Yeah, totally agree. I had to educate myself every moment and every time I had those what if moments. And when you're in leadership and when you're trying to climb higher, I like when you said you have to show valuable things for people to see the value in you. And for me, I had to allow persons to see the value and the passion that I have in order to do the work. And so I'm currently working at Teamwork Cooperative, which is an organization that focuses on inclusiveness, and I would say also showing diversity inside. And I just had Paula Minigan, who was on our show, speaking about diversity and what diversity means. And one thing that stood out to me when she said that diversity is not about the cultural aspect, but it's also about the gifts and talents that comes within the room. And so when it comes down to hustling your way in leadership, do you think that diversity has to come in play?
Oh, 100%. And I think that she nailed it on the head with that, because when you have different perspectives, different ages, genders, BIPOC, all within one community of the workforce, you're bringing in different perspectives that can take you from one level to the next. So diversity is very important.
Definitely, definitely. And so when it comes down to the different roles that you played in each organization, what are some positive outcomes that you would say you learned from each one?
The positive outcomes, I really think that when you really want something and you have a goal in mind, I think it's very important to just utilize your time properly, and spend time, like I said, with like-minded people you can bounce ideas off of. Stay that extra hour at work, because the positive outcomes for me have been bonuses in my pay, commission, going from from position A to position B that will take you to that next level.
Yeah.
Also, understanding where you don't fit in is also important, and I feel like I've made negative situations into positive situations just by understanding that, some companies are not going to accept your ideas. They're not going to love what you do. They might not listen because they might be just stuck in their ways. And if the job isn't fulfilling you or creating happiness for you, you have
Yeah.
to figure out, you have to take some steps back and figure out how is this going to make me happy and how is this going to take me to the next level in my career, so that I can be happy. So when you can remove yourself from a situation,
Yeah.
you can put yourself in a better situation.
Definitely, definitely. And that's where patience come into play. Trusting the process and moving on with patience. And as a leader, you have to be patient as you climb and as you hustle your way to the top. And speaking about patience for a little bit, were your patience tested?
Oh, most definitely. And it was those times where it was like, I have these great ideas. I'm a diverse point of view to the table, but yet it was like the ideas, the visions that I had for these companies, they were like, oh, great ideas, but they didn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I remained patient,
Yeah.
and at some point, it's like, for me, it's like maybe sometimes it's best to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission. So I've been patient long enough, but I just said, you know what, I'm just going to do this and wait for the consequences after, or maybe the rewards. And you know what? I'm lucky that I took that leap of faith and said, you know what? I had these great ideas. You guys like them, but you never gave me the go with it. And so I just did it anyways. And it paid off. And they loved it. And they were like, why didn't we do this 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So I'm patient to an extent, but you know, if I know that I have some great ideas or something that's going to work better than what we're doing now, I'm just going to do it and see what happens, right?
That's right. And it comes to play action, 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 action. Everything revolves about action when you're hustling your way to leadership. Thank you so much for like coming on this show, like just to share your perspective on hustling your way to leadership. As you move forward in life, as you prepare yourself through life, you have to know how to take action and know how to hustle your way to leadership. Whether that is asking questions, whether that's diversifying yourself, whether that is actually getting a team. Know where to go, know the direction, know the navigation system where you're going to go. Thank you so much and see you in the next episode.